Chapter 751, Mamba Island. All of them took off to Mamba Island on a yacht. Other than Fakar and Hades, Chen Xiaobei requested for a person that could steer both boat and airplane to come along with them. This person's name was Lebron. He could be considered as an S-ranked Navy SEAL. With 40,000 combat power, he was known as the Dagger in the army. A few years ago, he was spotted by Fakar. As the young master of the Rothschild family, he pulled a few strings and hired Lebron as his personal bodyguard. During that time, the commander of the U.S. Army was so angry that they tried every method to keep Lebron with them. Still, they failed to do so. "Master Messenger, are you sure you want to learn how to control a carrier and fighter jet?" asked Lebron doubtfully. During the last major naval war, Lebron had witnessed the way Chen Xiaobei defeated an entire fleet single-handedly. That was why he addressed him as Master Messenger. "Right. This is why I brought you here. Don't waste my time. Let's begin. But, you have only half a day to learn these two skills before you reach Mamba Island. It's impossible that you can master them within such a short period. Cut the crap already. Master is asking you to teach him. Just do it. For he is no ordinary human being." Why yes. Let's start from ways to control a carrier. "Master Messenger, have a look at the control panel of this yacht. Actually, this control panel is pretty similar to the carrier's." Right after that, Lebron began to flood Chen Xiaobei's mind with new knowledge. For ordinary human being, they might need a few years to master the things that Lebron just told Chen Xiaobei. With the help of Scholar Heart, Chen Xiaobei could master them with ease. In the end, Lebron treated Chen Xiaobei like a scholar god. "What's your thought on our master's plan? Is he going to learn every last detail and fly a fighter jet to attack Mamba Island?" Fakar and Hades were discussing Chen Xiaobei's plan on the board of the yacht. "This doesn't make sense to me. Mamba Island is not that big or small. It's impossible for a single fighter jet to force Black Mamba to step out of this island," said Hades while frowning. "Maybe Master has thought of other ways to force him out," said Fakar with his lips pursed. "Guess no more. All we need to do is fight alongside him. We'll do whatever he tells us to do." Fakar nodded his head. After all, he could not figure out Chen Xiaobei's plan. The best thing to do right now was follow the plan and not think anymore. "Master Messenger, you are really an extraordinary person. In such a short period of time, you have already mastered the controls of a carrier and fighter jet. As an elite soldier, you have my utmost respect," said Lebron excitedly. "How long until we arrive at Mamba Island?" Chen Xiaobei could not bother to reply to him. All he cared about right now was Mamba Island. "We are getting near. Look in front. Mamba Island is just there. Earliest we'll arrive is in 10 minutes, said Lebron. A half-visible island was presented in front of Chen Xiaobei. He then gave an order. "Stop the yacht here." "Why?" asked Lebron in astonishment. "You guys are going to become burdens if you follow me to the island. Just let me deal with it alone." "Master! You!" Before Hades and Fakar could say anything, Chen Xiaobei had already jumped on the somersault cloud and flew to Mamba Island. Within seconds, Chen Xiaobei arrived on top of the island. "Black Mamba! You have 3 minutes to come out of your hideout. If not, I will make sure your entire island sinks to the bottom of the sea." After reaching the shore of the island, Chen Xiaobei channeled his true qi to enhance his voice. It was loud enough for everyone on the island to hear. At the same time, the people inside a cave located at the center of the island were alerted. "Brother! Someone is looking for you. Judging from his voice, I think he is pretty powerful," said a black man that was as muscular as King Kong. "I'm not deaf. I heard it." An evil-looking skinny middle-aged man was sitting on the throne that was covered with tiger skin. This man was none other than the pirate king of the Indian Ocean, Black Mamba. "Boss! What should we do now? Should we go and kill him? Other than the dark-skinned King Kong, there were other pirates in the cave as well. All of them could be considered as Black Mamba's core members. Judging from their menacing looks, they should be quite powerful as well. Mamba Island could stand strong until now because they gained the advantage of fortifying their kingdom when the countries around it were still developing. During that time, none of the countries wanted to mess with this sharp nail. This island was surrounded by thick forest and poisonous gas. Also, there were a lot of caves for one to hide. In order to protect the island, Black Mamba had set a lot of traps on this island to prevent intruders from invading his safe zone. Once, there was a group of armies that attempted to invade Mamba Island. In the end, they were all destroyed and killed within an hour. On the other hand, none of Black Mamba's followers were killed in that war. They did not even face those soldiers. With guerrilla warfare strategy, they ended the war with ease. All those pirates in the cave could fight with hundreds of fully equipped enemies alone. And the dark-skinned King Kong could defeat 1,000 enemies single-handedly. Plus, there were another 3,000 ordinary pirates that stood guard outside the cave. Let alone those marines that were being deployed around the island. Even the most powerful armies from America would be defeated by them in an instant. Unless one could come up with massive firepower to gain the upper hand. If not, those that attempted to invade the island would only end up dead. That was why no one was bold enough to stop them when they carried out their unspeakable inhuman act to the island around them. Some time ago, a group of powerful elites worked together to capture Black Mamba. Considering that their combat power was more powerful than ordinary tactical soldiers, they somehow managed to fight their way to the core of the island. However, they were killed before they could locate Black Mamba. The reason was there was an evil spirit formation being set up at the center of the island. With that being said, they had gained an upper hand on geographical advantage and manpower. And the evil spirit formation was definitely another dangerous factor for most of the elites. Feeling confident about the security of his hideout, Black Mamba made a bold claim. He is just another fly that is trying to invade our island. I don't think he can cause any trouble to us. I think he will soon be killed by the poisonous gas. Haha. You are right. Oh right. How are the man and woman that we captured last week doing? Asked Black Mamba. Still alive and kicking. The man that we captured is like a man of steel. It's almost a week and he is still standing strong after all the torture we put him through. I'm about to call him my big brother as he is not our enemy, said the dark-skinned King Kong. So what, he is a man of steel? It has been a week. No one can stay alive for more than 7 days. Once he is dead, I can have a taste of that goddess that we captured. He, said Black Mamba with a grim smile. Roar. Suddenly, a noise that was loud enough to shake the mountains and sea could be outside the cave. Chapter 752, The King Shakes the Mountain and Rivers. What the hell is going on? Immediately, Black Mamba stood up from his throne in shock. Due to his weak cultivation, he had chosen to stay in this fortified cave. Still, he could not hide his cowardice. Boss. I think we are facing an air raid. No f***ing way. No one in their right mind would waste gasoline and missiles to attack us. I mean, why would they do such a thing? It's not like they can cause any harm to us. This is too noisy. Boss. I'm going to check it out. If I find out that someone is messing with us, I will break his f***ing neck, said the dark-skinned King Kong in a furious manner. No. You should stay here to protect me. The few of you here. Go and check out what the hell is going on outside. Kill the man and bring me the woman. Yes, boss. Few of the core members put on an evil smile and left the cave, bringing a dozen goons with them. They then rushed to where the explosion occurred. Boss. Why didn't you let me go? I have not killed for a very long time. My hands are getting itchy, said the dark-skinned King Kong in a displeased manner. I want you to keep me company while I go and check on the man and woman that we captured. You told me that you respect that man a lot, right? Let's go and witness his death. Isn't that more interesting than getting blood on your hands? Knowing that he was a coward, Black Mamba had to find an excuse to hide it. That's right. Watching a warrior perish is more interesting than killing. It would be more interesting if we can make him beg for his life, said the dark-skinned King Kong while nodding his head excitedly. Right after that, they two of them strode toward the forest. Thought it was broad daylight, this forest was oozing with a dark and evil aura. A number of steels were spotted when they arrived at the deeper part of the forest. From the look of it, they looked like the tombstones of an old graveyard. Evil spirit could be sensed wandering around this area. It was as if this graveyard was built for those that died miserably. Mew. Yi Mahube. Black Mamba chanted while walking up front. Under normal circumstances, the dark-skinned King Kong was aggressive by nature. At this creepy moment, he chose to stay behind Black Mamba obediently. Given the things that he just saw and sensed, he would not dare to act rashly. Clearly, this place was not a graveyard and the steels were not tombstones as well. The steels served as a core element of this formation and the rune on it could be used to control evil spirits. There were hundreds of steels in this area. In other words, this formation could control thousands of evil spirits at the same time. In other words, this place would have been flooded with thousands of evil spirits if Black Mamba was not here to lead the way. Judging from that, this formation must have possessed some special ability. Considering that Hades feared this formation, there was a high chance that pure Yang items had no effect on this formation. If not, Hades could have brought a pure Yang item to nullify this formation. Needless to say, this evil spirit formation was the powerful thing on this island. That was why a coward like Black Mamba could sit on the throne and command thousands of people. We are here. Black Mamba stopped in his tracks and said. Quick! Boss! Please help me to activate my yin-yang eyes, urged the dark-skinned King Kong. Why are you rushing? Look at you! What a joke! Though Black Mamba was a coward by nature, he could still act like a real boss under circumstances like this. How can I not be in a hurry? I'm not like you. I don't have a pair of yin-yang eyes with me. I want to be able to watch some exciting stuff. Please be quick. King Kong continued to rush Black Mamba. Judging from his personality, there was no way that he could calm down right now. Sigh. Immediately, Black Mamba took out a small dagger and sliced his finger. He then drew some weird symbols on King Kong's eyelids with his own blood. There were a lot of shamans in this world and they used different methods to help one to activate yin-yang eyes. Basically, Black Mamba's way of doing things originated from Southeast Asia. Using blood as a medium to activate the rune was different from using qi. However, these two methods could achieve the same thing in the end. Open! Black Mamba shouted and a creepy scene was presented in front of King Kong. A stone altar was lying in front of them and there were a Chinese man and woman on top of it. From far, one could feel that a sense of terrifying aura was coming out from it. The woman was sitting with both arms around her legs looking uncomfortable. And this woman was none other than Lin Xiang. There were tear-stained marks left on her cheeks. Fear and anxiety were written all over her face. Clearly, she had been through something horrifying. However, there were no open wounds on her body. Even her attire was not wrinkled. It was only slightly dusty. On the other hand, the man that stood in front of her was covered in blood. This man was none other than Xian Jiu. Hundreds of open wounds were all over his body. An ordinary people would definitely wonder how could the legendary Xian Jiu suffered such severe injuries. Only the true elite would notice that all those injuries were actually inflicted by himself. Judging from the shape of his wounds, one would think they form some ancient Chinese runes. Truthfully, Xian Jiu channeled his true Kong to engrave runes on his body. The fresh blood that seeped out from his wounds carried the Yang element. It could be used to fence off those evil spirits to protect Lin Xiang. Roar! Woo! Ah! Through the yin-yang eyes, they could see that there were a dozen evil spirits surrounding Xiang Yu and Lin Xiang. They were not some random low-tier evil spirits. Instead, all of them were 5-star evil spirits. An ordinary human being would be drained by them within seconds, leaving an empty shell behind. With his steel-like mind and powerful body, Xian Jiao managed to protect Lin Xiang without drinking and eating for 7 days. All those evil spirits feared the yang element emanating from Xian Jiao. None of them dared to get close to him. On the other hand, Xian Jiao and Lin Xiang were being trapped at that place as well. As times passed by, Xian Jiao's had almost reached his limit. Just like what Black Mamba mentioned earlier, no one could hold up for more than 7 days. Xian Jiao would be killed if he failed to get out from this place within 12 hours. Sister! It's time to drink the 100 herbs potion. Standing there like an immovable guardian angel, Xian Jiao reminded Lin Xiang with his masculine voice. Though his body was weak, he would never allow it to take his pride away as the almighty conqueror Xian Jiao. Okay. Promptly, Lin Xiang consumed the remaining of 100 herbs potion in the bottle. Before they got trapped here, Xian Jiao gave this one and only 100 herbs potion to Lin Xiang to keep her alive. That was how Lin Xiang managed to stay alive for so many days. Of course, she wanted to share some with Xian Jiao. However, Xian Jiao was being sealed by some weird force, making him untouchable. Throughout the 6 days, Lin Xiang could only watch Xian Jiao bleed and became weaker. The mental torture that she'd been through was no worse than the physical pain that Xian Jiao experienced. Hee. Quite a tough man, I would say. Unfortunately, he will die soon, said Black Mamba while looking at Xian Jiao playfully. Coward! I dare you to dispel your formation and let me fight with you with pure strength. I'm even willing to fight with you with only one of my hands. Xian Jiao's roar was so powerful that the whole ground and space shook. Chapter 753, One word from the king is enough to bring the world to destruction. Hee. Are you trying to push me into doing something? You are too naive. I know that you are really powerful. I don't mind waiting for another 12 hours since I have already waited for 7 days and 6 nights, said Black Mamba. Truth was, he was actually afraid of Xian Jiao. A week ago, he used poison to paralyze Xian Jiao and Lin Xiang. After they spent around half a day to travel back to Mamba Island, he placed Xian Jiao and Lin Xiang in a cave without chaining them up. Initially, he planned to have a meal first to regain his strength before raping Lin Xiang. To his surprise, Xian Jiao's incredibly powerful body allowed him to regain consciousness before the poison wore off. Immediately, Black Mamba ordered all his followers to assault Xian Jiao. However, none of them could mess with him. Instead, hundreds of his followers were killed by Xian Jiao. Even though Xian Jiao had just regained consciousness, the residue of poison still remained in his system and he needed to protect Lin Xiang. In the end, they were cornered by the enemy's evil spirit formation. Black Mamba the coward did not dare to fight with Xian Jiao with force. That was why he decided to use this formation to trap Xian Jiao and drain all his energy. The special thing about this formation was no one could get in or out after the formation was sealed. This was the reason why Black Mamba was forced to wait 7 days before he could have a taste of the woman of his dreams. Boss, why not just let him out of the formation? He is now a tiger without fangs. I think I should be able to defeat him, said King Kong. You shameless bastard! Look at my big brother. He is too weak to fight you. Defeating him while he is in such a weak state is not fair at all. You are not a real man. Normally, Lin Xiang would just keep quiet when she faced circumstances like this. At that moment, she decided to act out to defend Xian Jiao. What a load of bullshit. I'm a **ing pirate. No rules apply to me and I'm definitely a real man as well. Of course, I would choose to fight him while he is in such a weak state. Why would I wait for him to recover fully before combating with him? What a joke. You. Lin Xiang was so stunned that she was left speechless. Sister, stop wasting your breath on him. Look at how he behaves. I'm pretty sure all those that are under him are not good people as well. Don't worry. I still can hold them off. No one can lay a finger on you as long as I'm still standing. Big brother. I'm such a burden to you. If I'm not here, it is impossible for them to trap you in this formation, said Lin Xiang guiltily. Are you looking down on me? A long time ago, I was really impressed by my brother, Guan Yu. He had to kill hundreds and thousands of enemies to make sure that his brother's wife could get back to him, unharmed. Xiao Bei is my brother. I will bring you back to him unharmed, as long as I'm still breathing, said Xian Jiu in a determined manner. As a real man, one should never disappoint a brother even if that meant death. Xian Jiu the king was the best example of all. Though Lin Xiang was a woman, she could feel that her blood rushing after listening to Xian Jiu. She could not figure out how Xian Jiu knew Guan Yu personally, but she knew clearly that both of them valued brotherhood more than anything else in this world. In written history, Xian Jiu chose not to kill Liu Bang during the war before they were once brothers. To Xian Jiu, the value of brotherhood is bigger than the entire empire. Big brother. I thank you on Xiao Bei's behalf. Lin Xiang bit her lip and gave Xian Jiu a proper respectful bow. Sister. You are being too polite. Xiao Bei and I will not hesitate to sacrifice for each other. He will not thank me if he is here right now. He will take out his sword, kill all those bastards for me. Bathing in the blood of our enemies would be the best way to thank me. However, he is not here. I'm afraid I can't meet him for the last time. I really hope that there will be a miracle. Just let me see him one last time before I die. Hee hee. You two are real jokers. Stop daydreaming. Mamba Island is the most dangerous forbidden part of the Indian Ocean. Without my permission, no outsiders can step foot on this island. Haha. Good grief, Black Mamba said smugly. He almost choked on his own saliva while he was laughing. Boom. 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 Suddenly, more terrifying explosions could be heard around the island. Followed by that, Chen Xiaobei used more of his true qi to spread his voice to the entire island. Black Mamba. You have half a minute left to show up in front of me. I was just tossing missiles at your island earlier. Now, I'm going to toss tomahawk missiles on your island. If you still refuse to come out from your safe zone, I will use a more extreme method to wipe off the entire Mamba Island from the map. It was as if Chen Xiaobei was a king and he just gave an order to his enemies. One word from the king was enough to bring the world to destruction. Xiaobei. It's Xiaobei's voice. Am I dreaming? Big brother. Did you hear that? Xiaobei is here. He is really here. Feeling excited, Lin Xiang could see the ray of hope at the end of the tunnel once again. I heard him. He is coming to save us. My brother will never disappoint me. Xian Jiu nodded his head and said proudly. What? What should we do now? He just tossed missiles on our island. And he is about to use tomahawk missiles on us. The extreme method that he mentioned just now could be a nuclear bomb. There's no way for us to hide if that really happens, said Black Mamba. He would act like a big boss when there was no danger. However, the moment he sensed danger, he would start acting like a coward. Boss! Can you stop freaking out? The value of the nuclear bomb is more than the entire island and us combined. Besides, he would kill himself if he really tosses a nuclear bomb on our island. Don't forget. This is the infamous Mamba Island. We have killed armies and slaughtered elite groups. Even the tiger was put down by us. Clearly, the tiger that he mentioned was none other than Xian Jiu. After that, he turned around and looked at the sea. It's the dragon. But there's nothing he can do to us. I think I was overthinking. I should have put more faith in your strength. Black Mamba let out a sigh of relief. At the same time, Xianjiu and Lin Xiang started to get really worried. They had no idea how powerful Chen Xiaobei had become and how was he going to deal with this matter. Going against the entire Mamba Island without sufficient combat power was equivalent to suicide. The real man over there. Let's make a bet. I have a dozen people going after him now. Let's see who is going to come to us with a decapitated head. His name is Xiaobei, right? 10 minutes tops. Taken aback, Xianjiu and Lin Xiang felt even more worried. Chapter 754, Everyone died on the island. There are multiple potholes from Chen Xiaobei's missiles in the forest and beach of Mamba Island. The grass was burning and stones were shattered. Judging from the state of the island, one could guess that continuous massive explosions had just happened here. 3 corps members and around 50 goons went to check it out immediately. Oh my god! What the hell just happened here? I think it's caused by a fighter jet. But, there's nothing in the sky, said one of the skinny guy in shock. Everyone behind him had the same expression as well. They could not figure out what had caused all these destructions that they just witnessed. Hey monkey! Can you stay strong and bold for us? Can you stop saying oh my god? Why are you so afraid? One of the muscular guys with arm tattoos said disdainfully. Mad Blade. I think we should be more cautious. Look at the hole. It doesn't look like it was caused by an air raid, said the man with golden eyes. Seemingly, this person was the most cautious one among them. His name was Eagle Eye. People like Monkey and Mad Blade were the core members of Mamba Island. Their combat powers were more powerful than all the goons that stood guard outside the cave. Of course, one should not mess with any of those goons. They were after all evil murderers. All of them were holding crossbows. Once they fired the arrows, the destructive power was not to be underestimated. There. Eagle Eye noticed Chen Xiaobei was standing quite a distance from them. Which one among you guys is Black Mamba? Chen Xiaobei asked the question directly as they strode toward him. Who the hell do you think you are? Do you really think that you are worthy enough to meet our boss? Said Mad Blade. In that case, Black Mamba is not here yet. Glaring at them with murderous intent, Chen Xiaobei could feel the anger slowly taking over his body. Bro! Why do you want to meet our boss? Just tell us the reason. Let's just communicate and overcome all the misunderstandings. This whole thing doesn't have to end up with us killing each other, said Eagle Eye. Black Mamba kidnapped my brother and woman. Hee hee. I thought he came here to meet up with our boss for some other major matter. Every 3 to 5 days, our boss will bring different men and women to Mamba Island. He would usually kill all the men. As for the women, he would rape them until they die. I think your brother and woman should be rotting right now, said Mad Blade. Dead. How did they die? Spill, said Chen Xiaobei furiously. His murderous aura had caused the surrounding temperature to drop tremendously. How did they die? Hee hee. It was quite a scene. Decapitation is our usual routine. When we get bored, we will torture them with nets as well. I don't think you've heard of this torture method before. First, we would strip the person. After that, we would place the person on the net. From there, all their flesh would spill out from the holes of the fish net. Here comes the most exciting part. Finally, we would use knives to slice off their flesh slowly. This is truly one of the best activities to utilize our time. Sometimes, we would toss people into the sea as shark bait. However, shark meat is actually not that yummy. Most of the time, we would cut off the shark's fins and let the sharks rot. Well, now you know there are many ways for us to kill a man. As for women, it's easy to kill them. All that's needed is 3,000 of us to take turns to rape one. Sometimes, those that are at the back of the line would only get to enjoy a dead body. Still, they are pretty happy about it. Hee hee hee. Mad Blade kept boasting the way he killed people that he captured fervently. On the other hand, those that stood around him were chuckling and grinning at the things that Mad Blade just mentioned. Killing men brutally, gang-raping women, and some even did not mind raping a dead body. This was inhumane and outrageous. They were definitely worse than animals. Wind. Suddenly, their laughter was cut off. It was as if a sharp blade came out from nowhere and slit their throats. A crimson ray emerged from Chen Xiaobei's palm. Suddenly, bloody qi flooded the area. With the help of the force from a black dragon, a demon overlord emerged from hell. The whole area had turned into a blood-red demonic zone. Fist share. Within seconds, Mad Blade was slashed in half. He did not even get the chance to scream for help. Blood was gushing out from his sliced body and all his internal organs dropped all over the floor. Looking at it was enough to terrify a grown man. Oh my god! Mad Blade was sliced in half. What the hell is going on? Monkey let out a shriek of terror. He was not the only that was horrified by what Chen Xiaobei just did to Mad Blade. Bob! Bob! Mad Blade half-sliced body fell on the floor. He was lying in his own blood in a pathetic manner. Above our heads. It's right above our heads. Eagle Eye was the most observant among them. Immediately, he realized that the weapon that killed Mad Blade was circling on top of them. The blood jade weapon was only the size of a palm. However, it was exuding a bloodthirsty demonic dragon aura. It was as if it would drain their blood and kill all of them. What? What is that thing? Asked the monkey meekly. If I'm not mistaken, that item is a mysterious item from the eastern part of the world called Flying Sword. I'm going to try to buy you guys some time. Go and ask King Kong to help us. This time the enemy that we face is quite a tough one, said Eagle Eye. All right. Immediately, Monkey nodded and started to run back to the cave. Did I give you permission to leave this place? Chen Xiaobei asked impassively. Lightning. Come to me. Following by that, a lightning dragon was unleashed from the Wrath Bolt Ring. Lightning. Shatter the ground. Chen Xiaobei swung his hand with all his might. Vroom. Suddenly, lightning filled the sky and it charged toward Monkey like a combat spear. Boom. Monkey was already using all his stamina to run away from Chen Xiaobei. Still, a human could never outrun lightning. The sound of thunder shook the sky and the lightning bolt struck Monkey before he could realize it. Monkey was blown to pieces instantly. No one could recognize him anymore. In the blink of an eye, 2 of 3 core members were killed. Dear God! Monkey is dead too. This kid is a monster. How did he summon lightning to strike us? Could he be the lightning god? All the goons around Chen Xiaobei were shocked to the core. Terrified, they were looking at Chen Xiaobei with fear and respect. Brothers! Retreat! It's impossible for us to defeat him. Without any hesitation, Eagle Eye started to run for his life. Unfortunately, he had underestimated Chen Xiaobei's wrath. All of you! Don't dream of leaving this place. I'm going to sacrifice this entire island for my brother and woman. How gruesome! Chapter 755, A Gift. Sacrifice the island. Like an order from the king, Chen Xiaobei had announced that he was going to destroy the entire island. When he thought about Xianjiao being brutally tortured and Lin Xiang being raped, Chen Xiaobei felt as if thousands of needles penetrated his heart. He would be considered as a cold-blooded animal if he chose not to avenge them. Even if Xianjiao and Lin Xiang were not involved in this incident, all the pirates that inhabited Mamba Island still deserved to be killed since they had murdered countless innocent people. Wind. Chen Xiaobei flipped his hand and the obsidian saber, demonic dragon apocalypse was summoned. With one of his hand holding the saber, his combat power was boosted to 30,000. Like a bloodthirsty dragon, Chen Xiaobei dashed at those terrified pirates at lightning speed. Good heavens! His speed is too fast for us to run away. That is at least true Nirvana stage. How did he achieve true nirvana stage at such a young age? This is unbelievable. We are screwed. There's no way for us to run anymore. He will catch up to us no matter what. All of them howled, terrified. We can't run anymore. Everyone! Release your arrows. There is no true Kong armor protecting him. I believe that we can use arrow volley to stop him. Eagle Eye could still remain calm and made the right call at a moment like this. Swoosh! 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 Without any hesitation, they released all their arrows to stop Chen Xiaobei from getting close to them. Thought they were just ordinary pirates, their arm strengths were still more powerful than most people. The destructive power of the arrows could be compared to a bullet. It was simply impossible for elites that were under true nirvana stage to survive under this arrow volley. It was undeniable that Eagle Eye's strategy was actually very effective. Unfortunately, no matter how calm or how observant he would have never thought that Chen Xiaobei was protected by an invisible layer of true Kong. Ding! Ding! Dang! Dang! The moment the arrows landed on Chen Xiaobei, they bounced off. How? How is this even possible? He has true Kong armor that's invisible. This is truly unbelievable. Oh God! What kind of monster he is? Eagle Eye and the rest of the pirates could not believe what they just saw. They had never seen one achieve true nirvana stage at such a young age, and none of them had even heard of invisible true Kong armor. Wind. When all of them were still trying to recover from their state of shock, Chen Xiaobei had already gotten closer to them. Like a dragon roaring in the sky, the saber collided with the air and harvested all the lives in front of it. An obsidian cutting edge was the last thing they saw before they were sent to hell. Bop! Bop! Within seconds, a dozen pirates were decapitated. The cut on their necks was so smooth and fast that there was a 2-second delay before the blood gushed out from the open wounds. Like pouring rain, the blood fell from the sky and showered them red. Run! Run! Eagle Eye screamed hysterically. His state of mind was completely shattered. It appeared he had no intention to battle anymore. All he wanted to do was to run away from Chen Xiaobei. On the other hand, all those pirates that were still alive left their armor behind and began to run for their lives as well. I've told you guys earlier. No one can run away from me. Glaring at them like a merciless reaper, Chen Xiaobei took in a deep breath and activate every single cell in his body with murderous intent. Actually, Chen Xiaobei was not a bloodthirsty murderer. However, people like them must be wiped off from this planet. It was his duty to avenge Xianjiu, Lin Xiang, and all the other people that they killed. Wind! Wind! 2 slashes that were as fast as the wind dashed toward them. This land was destined to be baptized by fresh blood the moment Crimson Turmoil and Demonic Dragon Apocalypse waltz with each other. Faiage! Faiage! All their heads dropped when the saber passed by them. Their bodies were also cut into pieces when the dragon sliced through them. The warm and fresh blood had colored this island red so that all the sins would be cleansed thoroughly. In the blink of an eye, all the pirates that attacked Chen Xiaobei earlier were killed. Eagle Eye as the last survivor could only try to escape from the reaper that came to collect his life. However, Chen Xiaobei had no intention to go after him. Instead, he planted the demonic dragon Apocalypse in the ground. Using his sheer will, a green jade gourd appeared in front of him. He then opened the cap and consumed a mouthful of spiritual qi to replenish all those true qi that he used just now. Spiritual qi was the source of his strength. A certain amount of it would be utilized when his true Kong armor helps him to block an attack. During the ancient times, those that were powerful enough to defeat 10,000 people would use up all their true qi when the battle was over and would die because of it. If they were supplied with an unlimited amount of spiritual qi, they could continue to kill hundreds, thousands, or even millions of enemies. Of course, Chen Xiaobei still had enough strength to pursue Eagle Eye. However, he chose not to do so because he wanted to send a gift to Black Mamba. I thought that kid mentioned that he will not let any of us live? Why did he stop chasing me? While Eagle Eye was running for his life, he realized that Chen Xiaobei had stopped coming after him for some time. Maybe he realized that there is poisonous gas in the forest. That is why he stopped pursuing me. After letting out a sigh of relief, Eagle Eye ran into the cave. Seeing that Black Mamba was not in the cave, he ran toward the evil spirit formation immediately. As Black Mamba had already cleared the path earlier, Eagle Eye managed to get to Black Mamba easily. Hee hee. Only 9 minutes and Eagle Eye is back, said King Kong while licking his lips. Big brother. Is Xiaobei okay? Asked Lin Xiang in a nervous manner. Xian Jiahu shook his head to indicate that he was not sure about it as well. Both of them had not seen Chen Xiaobei for some time. That was why they did not know how powerful Chen Xiaobei had become. Needless to ask. Look at Eagle Eye's movement speed. He is unharmed. In that case, the blood on him belongs to others, said King Kong. And no way. Xiaobei is fine. Lin Xiang shook her head vigorously. No matter what, she could not accept the fact that Chen Xiaobei was killed. On the other hand, sorrow and anger had already filled Xian Jiahu's face. King Kong's observation did make sense to him. Ha ha ha. I thought the enemy is some kind of super powerful elite. He can't even stay alive for more than 10 minutes. Idiot. Black Mamba thought that there was no more danger. He then started laughing in an arrogant manner. Seconds later, he was shocked to his core. Boss. Shit. We just encountered an extremely powerful and terrifying enemy. Mad Blade and Monkey were killed instantly. All those pirates that came along with me were destroyed as well. Please do something about it. What? Taken aback, Black Mamba and King Kong almost bit their tongues. As for Lin Xiang and Xian Jiahu, they were filled with gladness. Chapter 756, Another face-slapping moment. What the hell just happened? King Kong roared furiously. Seconds ago, he was laughing at Chen Xiaobei for failing to stay alive for more than 10 minutes. To his surprise, all the people that he sent to deal with Chen Xiaobei were all killed. What a massive face-slapping moment. Tell me. What happened? Feeling frustrated, Black Mamba could feel his face being slapped by Chen Xiaobei as well. So. This is the case. Immediately, Eagle Eye told them everything that happened. By the end of it, Black Mamba and King Kong were shaken to their core. They did not expect a 20-year-old kid to be this powerful. This is great. I knew it. Xiaobei is the best. He is the dragon in the sky looking down at his enemies proudly. Lin Xiang pursed her lips, her eyes brimming with tears of joy. Flying sword. Summoning lightning. Obsidian saber. Killing with no mercy. Xiaobei really is my good brother. Such power. I'm impressed and proud of him. Ha ha ha, said Xian Jiahu while laughing aloud. He had completely forgotten all the pain and torture that he experienced not too long ago. Though Chen Xiaobei was the one that killed all of them, Xian Jiahu could almost feel that he had blood on his hands as well, making his blood rush. Shut up. You two prisoners have no right to talk. I'm not dead yet. King Kong glared at them and chided. Second brother. Calm down. Let's think of a way to deal with him. That kid is not as simple as we thought. We will be damned if we don't deal with him as early as possible, said Eagle Eye. That's right. That's right. What should we do now? Second brother. You are my most powerful ally. I shall rely on you to protect me. Big brother. Don't be afraid. Judging from the thing that Eagle Eye had just told us, I'm pretty sure that kid is still at early phase of true nirvana stage. Let alone me. There are actually 3 more people on the island powerful enough to defeat him. Let me bring them with me to kill him. And no. What should I do when you are gone? No one is going to protect me. I think you should stay here and let the three of them deal with him. Boss. Relax. There's nothing to be afraid of. Just stay in this evil spirit formation. Not even a god can lay his finger on you. Let me go and deal with that kid personally. How dare he said that he is going to destroy the entire Mamba Island. I'll use my fist to let him know that those that act arrogantly on Mamba Island will be struck by lightning. But. No buts. This time I will bring more powerful people with me to deal with him. I want to make sure that he stays down. Boss. You don't have to worry about him. Crap. Suddenly, Xian Jia frowned. What's wrong? Asked Lin Xiang. That King has 40,000 combat power with middle phase of true nirvana stage. Even if Xiaobei has improved a lot, it is still impossible for Xiaobei to defeat him. I'm afraid Xiaobei will be killed if King Kong decides to go after him. Crap. I pray that Black King Kong will not go after him. Please don't let him go. Feeling nervous, Lin Xiang started to pray for Chen Xiaobei. 7 days ago, Xian Jia fought with King Kong while he still had poison in his system. Clearly, she knew King Kong was extremely powerful. At this moment, Xian Jia and Lin Xiang were trapped inside the evil spirit formation. Other than praying, there was nothing else they could do help Chen Xiaobei. Boss. Just don't worry about it. Though that kid is still at early phase of true nirvana stage, he has a lot of other mysterious and magical ways that he can use to defeat his enemies. Let second brother deal with him. This can avoid more of our brothers being sacrificed. It seemed that Eagle Eye knew that Black Mamba was just a coward. You are right. It's not easy to recruit people to join us. We need to avoid more casualties. I feel safer when there are a lot of people around me. Boss. Don't worry. I will make sure that none of our brothers will die in vain again. You can put your faith in me. If any of our brothers lose their lives, I'm willing to cut off my head and bring to you. Upon hearing that, Lin Xiang and Xian Jia felt even more nervous. It seemed like King Kong was really confident that he would not lose to Chen Xiaobei. Judging from that, Chen Xiaobei would definitely be killed by him. Great. This is great. Second brother. You are worthy to be called the most powerful ally in our group. I shall not feel worried anymore since you have made such a huge promise. Shit. Before Black Mamba could finish his words, he screamed in fear all of a sudden. Ugh. Eagle Eye let out his final agonizing scream and his chest exploded without any warning. This. Black Mamba, Black King Kong, Xian Jia and Lin Xiang were left in bewilderment. Wind. Fist share. A crimson ray rushed out from Eagle Eye's chest. His heart was sliced in half. Blood gushed out and sprayed onto Black Mamba's and King Kong's faces. It then flew into the forest and disappeared. The whole place was left dead silent. No one could figure out what just happened to Eagle Eye. That is crimson turmoil. That is Xiaobei's flying sword. After a while, Xian Jia came to a realization and let out a shout of joy. What the f***ck? I don't care whether that is flying sword or flying saber. How did it come out from nowhere? Why? King Kong asked furiously. Could it be? The flying sword was hidden on Eagle Eye all this while? Right. That must be it. That kid hid the flying sword in him on purpose. If not, why would he let Eagle Eye live and kill the rest, said Black Mamba. Despicable shit. I'm going to chop him into pieces and grind his bones into powder. I'm going to make him regret being born in this world. Het. You are the one that made a promise that you are going to cut off your own head if any of your brothers died, right? Suddenly, an icy voice could be heard from where the crimson turmoil disappeared. You are breaking your own promise if you don't cut off your own head now. Immediately, King Kong's face contorted. Another face-slapping moment for him. Chapter 757, Strange Silhouette. After King Kong made that oath, Eagle Eye was killed in an instant. Immediately, King Kong was left bewildered. Logically speaking, he would never cut off his own head. Breaking the promise that he just made seconds ago made him a total hypocrite. At that moment, all he wanted to do was dig a hole and hid inside. Who the hell are you? Feeling nervous, Black Mamba noticed someone was approaching them from the woods. I'm the one that claimed to destroy the entire Mamba Island. The person walked toward them slowly. However, they still could not identify him due to the distance. Xiaobei. Is that you? Xiaobei. Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang were ecstatic when they realized that Chen Xiaobei was here to save them. Xiaobei. Run. The enemies are too powerful for you to handle. There is an evil spirit formation here. You will lose your life here if you don't leave now. It was a contradiction for the both of them. Although they wished that Chen Xiaobei could rescue them, they were worried that he would be killed by King Kong and the evil spirit formation. Suddenly, they noticed something odd about the person that was walking toward them. No matter how and what they shouted, the person did respond. It was as if the person did not recognize Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang. Taken aback, King Kong and Black Mamba thought that Lin Xiang and Xian Jiu saw the wrong person. My friend. How did you get here? Black Mamba gulped as could sense that something bad was about to happen. He knew better than anyone that the island was filled with poisonous gas and traps. It was simply impossible for an outside to get to the core area of the island in such a short period of time. I have to compliment you guys on spending so much effort on making sure the island is intruder-proof. Getting here is a tough journey. However, it got easier when someone decided to guide me here. While talking, the person bent down and placed something on the ground. Guide you? Who guided you here? King traitor. I'm going to rip the person into pieces. King Kong roared. Eagle Eye is the one that guided him here. Though Black Mamba was a coward, he was actually not that dumb. Promptly, he squatted down and opened up Eagle Eye's quiver. After flipping it over, Black Mamba found out that there was an opening on it. The lethal flying sword was hidden inside the quiver all this while. Immediately, Black Mamba came up with a deduction. Flying sword is a spiritual item. It has the ability to communicate with its master. That's how it led its master here. Letting Eagle Eye go was not an act of mercy. The person wanted to let Eagle Eye guide him here. Only core member like Eagle Eye knew the shortcut to this place. All the person needs to do is followed right behind him. What a good plan. My friend. It's better to make a friend than an enemy. I'm going to apologize to you if I have offended you in any way. Just name your price and we will do everything we can to compensate you, said Black Mamba. You kill my brother and my woman. I know how you can compensate me. Just let me kill every single person on this island, said the person determinedly. Bastard. Stop acting tough over there. You are just a garbage with only early phase of true nirvana stage. How dare you make such bold claim? I think you should think of something to keep yourself alive first before announcing that you want to kill every single one of us on this island. King Kong said furiously. Following that, he dashed at Chen Xiaobei without any hesitation. Xiaobei. Run. This guy's cultivation is middle phase of true nirvana stage. He has 40,000 combat power. There's no way that you can defeat him. Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang shouted at the same time, hoping that he would turn around and leave. Still, the person had no intention of moving from where he stood. It was as if he had completely ignored King Kong's attack. Mother Fasterisker. How dare you look down on me? I swear I'm going to tear you into pieces. Clearly, King Kong was really confident that he was powerful enough to defeat the person. There was no way that he would allow someone that was weaker than him to look down on him. 9 Obsidian Gale Blast. Like a black tornado, King Kong charged at Chen Xiaobei with all his might. The path that he went through was completely destroyed, like a cataclysmic event just ravaged the place mercilessly. With only 9 steps, he had already gotten to where the person was. Every step that he put on the ground allowed him to gain a charge, and he would unleash all 9 charges at his target during his final step. Pow! Black King Kong landed a lightning speed punch at the person's chest like a supersonic missile. Along with the muffled sound, the person was blown to pieces. Xiaobei! All hope was lost. Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang cried out in agony. Awesome! Ha ha ha! Second brother is truly the most powerful person on this island. One punch and the enemy is destroyed. This is insane. Black Mamba laughed and started to compliment King Kong. Something is not right. How? How is this even possible? Before Black Mamba could finish his sentence, King Kong shouted in an inconceivable manner. Second brother! What is going on? Why are you shouting? Don't freak me out, please. Because of his cowardice, Black Mamba's smile froze and his heart almost jumped out from his chest. No blood. Not even a single drop. Taken aback, it was as if King Kong had just encountered an evil spirit. I knew that I had successfully landed a hit on him. Why can't I see a single drop of blood? This is not possible. Impossible. Oh my god. Maybe that kid is in spirit form. How is possible for an ordinary human being to not bleed from your attack? Black Mamba said fearfully. I'm not a god or spirit. However, I'm not an ordinary human being as well. Suddenly, they could hear the voice came from behind them. To be exact, the person was now standing behind the altar where Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang were placed. Bewildered, all of them shifted their attention to the altar. All they saw was a person holding a saber and pointing at the altar. Xiaobei! Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang exclaimed with glee. How is that even possible? Is he a ninja? Did he just use the substitution technique? From afar, King Kong was startled as he realized that Chen Xiaobei was not standing in front of him anymore. Idiot! Don't just stand there. Stop him now. We cannot allow him to take our hostages. Black Mamba could not gauge how powerful Chen Xiaobei was. In order to make sure that he was safe, he had to hold on tight to Lin Xiang and Xian Jiu. Okay. Even King Kong knew that Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang was the only thing that could keep them safe right now. What is this? Just when King Kong wanted to launch another attack to stop Chen Xiaobei, something strange happened. 2 white shadows that looked like anaconda restricted his movement. What the hell is this thing? My strength. My true chi. I can't channel them to my body anymore. Roar. At the same time, thunder boomed. The ferocious lightning serpent was wrapped around the demonic dragon Apocalypse. With both hands holding the saber, Chen Xiaobei went ahead and struck the altar. Chapter 758, Break the Cage. The flying sword had led Chen Xiaobei to this place, and the prosperous monkey fur created a fake Chen Xiaobei to distract King Kong. Also, what restricted King Kong's movement was the item that Chen Xiaobei acquired when he was with Lu Suingzhen. During that incident, he came across this magical item that could bind any enemy that was below 50,000 combat power. It was the White Jade Dragon Box. This white serpent had a horn on its head and 2 tails. It could be considered as an unknown organism. Enemies would not be able to move a muscle when it wraps around them. Earlier, when King Kong was distracted by the fake Chen Xiaobei, the real Chen Xiaobei had placed the White Jade Dragon Box on the ground. Within seconds, the strongest enemy on this island was rendered powerless. Taken aback, Black Mamba and King Kong did not expect Chen Xiaobei would come up with such detailed and perfect plan. On the other hand, Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang were still having a hard time to believe that Chen Xiaobei managed to turn the situation around in such a short period of time. Seconds ago, they were both worried that Chen Xiaobei might be killed by King Kong. Instead, King Kong was the one being captured now. Hold on. Chen Xiaobei's plan was not done yet. Demonic Dragon Wrath Bolt. Blast. Chen Xiaobei jumped up to the sky while everyone was looking at him in shock. He then arched his back with both of his hands holding the demonic dragon apocalypse. At the same time, lightning serpents were unleashed from the wrath bolt ring. In an instant, the powerful strike would land on the seal of the altar. To be exact, Chen Xiaobei was actually aiming at the dozens of evil spirits that were surrounding Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang. With the help of Nether Spirit Battle Scouter, Chen Xiaobei noticed the key to break the evil spirit formation. In order for him to save them, Chen Xiaobei had to break the seal first. Wind. Roar. When the saber landed on the seal, a black dragon's roar split the sky in half and the lightning serpent ravaged the place. With Chen Xiaobei standing in the middle, all of his surroundings were blown away by his qi. However, such powerful strike failed to break the seal. The demonic dragon apocalypse was stopped by the seal of the formation. There was also a stream of energy that forced Chen Xiaobei to take a few steps back. Buzz. Buzz. The lightning serpents were still circling on top of the seal. The weirdest part was pure yang lightning was supposed to be the nemesis of evil spirits. None of the evil spirits were hurt after Chen Xiaobei launched the attack on the seal. Xiaobei. Are you okay? Xian Jiu and Lin Xiang looked at Chen Xiaobei with concern. I'm fine. As long as the two of you are still alive. I'll be okay even if the sky comes crumbling down on me, said Chen Xiaobei with a smile. How can you say something like that? Do I look like I can be killed easily? Haha. Upon seeing Chen Xiaobei had come to rescue them, Xian Jiu was elated even though he was covered in blood. Xiaobei. You have avenged my big brother. In order to protect me, he carved a blood rune on his body to ward off all those evil spirits. I'm unharmed but he is severely hurt. You must avenge him no matter what. Usually, Lin Xiang was meek in nature. This time, she was definitely tougher than her normal self. She did not cry or complain. All she wanted was for Chen Xiaobei to kill Black Mamba and King Kong to avenge Xian Jiu. Don't you worry. I'm going to destroy the entire Mamba Island because Bro Yu is hurt. Even if Bro Yu is not hurt, I'm still going wipe this filthy place off the map. All the pirates here are worse than animals. They are a bunch of sick bastards. The things that they did has incurred the wrath of the majority. It's payback time. Tenfolds. I don't think I'm asking too much here. Upon hearing that, Lin Xiang nodded her head. Even a lady like Lin Xiang was forced to stand up to fight against them. Based on that, the crimes that they had committed were definitely unforgivable. This had nothing to do with her personality. Conscience was the one that called the shots here. However, I don't think I will avenge Bro Yu. As a real man, he has to make them pay for what they did to him. What? Lin Xiang was startled and nervous at the same time. What are you talking about? Big brother has used up all his energy and strength to protect me. His body is going to break down soon. How can you ask him to avenge himself? Chen Xiaobei shrugged and replied Lin Xiang with only a smile. Sister. Just relax. I can do it since Xiaobei has put his faith in me. You're mad. Do you realize that you are talking shit in broad daylight? Someone cut in, mocking them. Rumbling sounds could be heard around them. 3,000 ordinary pirates and some corps members were attracted by the sound of thunder earlier. And now they had them surrounded. The person that mocked them was known as Tiger Shark, the third most powerful person on this island with combat power of 35,000. Tiger Shark. You are here. Thank God. Immediately, Black Mamba went and hid behind Tiger Shark. Boss. Don't worry. It is impossible for that kid to break the seal. Not only will he fail to rescue them, but I'll also make sure that he would not live to see tomorrow. How dare he talk about revenge? He is just trying to act tough over there. That's right. He is just a crazy dog barking at us. Clearly, he knows that he would be killed soon. And now he is trying to scare us off with lies. Let's capture him and torture him with the fishing net. Slice him 3,000 times and we will use his flesh as shark bait. No. Before we toss him into the sea, we must first cut off his ears, nose, legs, and hands. I want him to experience the ultimate torture. This is what he gets from offending us. All the pirates around them were cheering and shouting. To them, torturing someone was like a game. People like them had lost the right to continue to live on this earth. Cut the crap. Go and capture him now. I want to use my hand to slap his F***ing face. King Kong roared furiously. Right. Cripple him first and we don't have to worry about him anymore. Black Mamba hastened his crew. Why the rush? Are you guys afraid that I can flee from here with so many pirates surrounding me? The seal is going to break soon. Don't you want to witness this exciting moment? Said Chen Xiaobei in a calm tone. What? Break the seal? Are you insane? No one can break this evil spirit formation. How dare you make such bold claim? What a joke. You are so good at acting tough. Our boss evil spirit formation can defend all kind of pure yang spiritual items. No one can ever break it. Seconds later, everyone was rendered speechless. Boom. 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 Bang. The lighting serpents that circling on top of the seal let out a sharp noise while cutting into the seal. In an instant, the entire invisible dome was shattered into pieces. The cage was broken and the beast was unleashed. Chapter 759, I Will Not Die. How? How is this even possible? All the pirates around them were taken aback like a frog being run over by trucks. Their eyes bulged and their mouths were so wide open that a fist could fit into it. Seconds ago, they praised the evil spirit formation for being the most powerful formation on this earth and no one was powerful enough to break it. The myth was now debunked. Bewildered, all of them started having doubts whether this was the world they lived in. Truthfully, all those pirates did not exaggerate the strength of this evil spirit formation. Before Chen Xiaobei came to this island, no one was powerful enough to break this formation. The group of elites that invaded this island some time ago tried to break the seal with pure yang spiritual item but ended up failing. Xianjiahu's gold attribute true qi and his yang qi blood were supposedly more than enough to break this evil spirit formation. To his surprise, he was trapped inside this formation no matter what he did to it. Even the shaman, Hades, feared this formation. One could definitely notice that this was no ordinary formation. However, Chen Xiaobei managed to break the seal once he landed a hit on it. Xiaobei, how did you do it? Considering that Xianjiahu's body was extremely weak, he almost lost his balance the moment the pressure from the seal was lifted from his shoulders. At that moment, he knew better than anyone that this formation was extremely powerful. That was why he wanted to know how Chen Xiaobei managed to break the seal with only a single hit. Likewise, Black Mamba and all 3,000 pirates were interested to know the answer as well. It was true that this evil spirit formation is really powerful. An ordinary pure yang spiritual item will not be able to dispel this formation. But that doesn't mean all the pure yang spiritual item will not work on dispelling this formation. Like cultivation, pure yang spiritual item can be categorized in different tiers. My Wrath Bolt Ring is crafted by the pure yang thunder catalyst. In the sense of cultivation, an ordinary pure yang spiritual item is equivalent to Qi refining stage. An item that is crafted by pure yang thunder catalyst is at least true nirvana stage. That was why my pure yang spiritual item can break this formation with ease, said Chen Xiaobei in a casual manner. Everyone around him could not really comprehend Chen Xiaobei just told them. Xianjiahu was the only that knew that the material that Chen Xiaobei used to craft Wrath Bolt Ring was actually from the Red Envelope group. Using an item that once belonged to a deity to break a man-made formation was simply too easy. However, the members of Red Envelope group knew about this secret. Of course, Xianjiahu would never tell anyone about it. Mother***er. Breaking that formation doesn't make you a smart ass. Nothing is going to change. I'm still going to kill all of you. Tiger Shark. Go and kill that son of a bitch. His cultivation is at early phase of true nirvana stage only. It should be an easy job to cripple him, shouted King Kong furiously. No problem. Murderous intent exuded from Tiger Shark. He felt even more confident knowing that he was more powerful than Chen Xiaobei. I think there is some misunderstanding between us. I'm no longer your opponent. Bro Yu is now your opponent, said Chen Xiaobei while shrugging. What? Him? Ha ha ha. I think there is something with your head. Look at him. He is half dead. Asking him to take your place to become our opponent is the funniest joke that I ever heard in my life. Tiger Shark laughed hysterically. Puny human. Though Xian Jiahu's body was extremely weak, the king-like domineering aura around him was still as strong as usual. You all are going to become a pile of dead meat as long as I'm still breathing. Like a tsunami, Xian Jiahu's angry roar managed to stop the hearts of 3,000 pirates. They felt suffocated, as though a pair of invisible hands were reaching out to their necks and trying to strangle them. Millions were going to die if Xian Jiahu was angered. With that powerful shout, all of them had already lost their battle intent. On the other hand, those that sided with Chen Xiaobei could feel that their blood was boiling after witnessing Xian Jiahu terrify his enemies with only yelling at them. Struck with awe, this was the first time Lin Xiang was experiencing the domineering presence of an ultra-powerful elite. She swore in her heart that she wanted to become powerful as well. Joining the ancient faction would be her best shot to become an elite in Jianghu. She promised herself that she did not want to become Chen Xiaobei's burden anymore even if she could not become as powerful as Xian Jiahu. With her fists clenched, she had already made up her mind and no one would be able to change that. Likewise, Chen Xiaobei could feel his blood rushing as well. No enemies were a real threat as long as Xian Jiahu was still standing strong. Ugh! Blarg! Suddenly, Xian Jiahu coughed out a mouthful of warm blood. Needless to say, his body had reached its limit. Brother! Wake up! Don't be afraid of him. All his strength is gone. Now, he is just an empty shell. Among all the enemies, King Kong possessed a powerful state of mind. Within a short period, he managed to pick the pieces and come back to reality. All those regular people took in a deep breath after experiencing Xian Jiahu's terrified shout. So scary. His aura is powerful enough to crush an ordinary human being's state of mind. That man is really terrifying. Look at Bro Tiger. Even he was stunned by his shout, what more us? That's right. Luckily that man is going to die soon. If not, we will definitely be killed by him. They were still terrified talking about Xian Jiahu. Shut up. He is just an empty shell. Watch me rip him apart, said Tiger Shark. Upon hearing that, all 3,000 pirates felt excited. They were looking forward to watching a hero like Xian Jiahu being killed by someone. Xiaobei. What should we do now? Big brother can't hold on any longer. Can you defeat the enemies? I can buy us some time while you bring big brother away from this place. Hee. You should ask Bro Yu about it. Let's see if he will say yes to it. With a smile, Chen Xiaobei shook his head and a few bottles of 100 herbs potion appeared in his hand. Is that magic? This is not the time to fool around. Taken aback, Lin Xiang stared at Chen Xiaobei in bewilderment. She then looked at Xian Jiahu with no idea what were they going to do. Sister. I don't like what you just said. A man will never say no. Xian Jiahu straightened his back while smiling at her. Swoosh. On the other hand, Chen Xiaobei had already opened all the 100 herbs potion and poured them on Xian Jiahu. All his external injuries were healed instantly. After that, Chen Xiaobei took out another 2 items from his infinite space ring. One of it was green jade gourd. The spiritual chi would fill Xianjiahu's danshan and allow him to regain his strength. The second thing was an extremely powerful item. Chapter 760, Breakthrough Celestial Cultivation. A black-brownish item lay in the middle of Chen Xiaobei's palm. It was as small as half a finger, looking like a piece of soil in irregular shape. That's right. This piece of item was none other than the sky-breaking cultivation pill. After a thorough calculation, Chen Xiaobei had reserved this last piece of sky-breaking cultivation pill for Xianjiahu to complete this cultivation breakthrough. Breaking through true nirvana stage. Celestial cultivation. I should have given it to you earlier. It's a tad bit late now. I hope you don't mind. Chen Xiaobei handed it to Xianjiahu and said. Earlier, Chen Xiaobei had always thought that no one in Jianghe would be able to defeat Xianjiahu. That was why he never thought of letting Xianjiahu become even more powerful. After staying in Dragon City for some time, Chen Xiaobei was given the opportunity to take a look at the bigger picture. To his surprise, true nirvana stage was not the end. With that being said, Chen Xiaobei had already started to look for the ingredients that he needed to concoct sky-breaking cultivation pill. Other than the 1,000-year-old ginseng that Chen Xiaobei obtained last time, he had to gather a few other ingredients. Having enough sky-breaking cultivation pill would allow him to complete cultivation breakthrough anytime he wanted, and he could help his friends to do the same thing as well. Not late at all. This is the right time. Xianjiahu was not the kind of person that would get fussy over matters like this. Immediately, he grabbed the sky-breaking cultivation pill and put it in his mouth. Since he was willing to sacrifice himself for Chen Xiaobei, he was more than happy to accept such valuable item. This was what true brothers would do for each other. No need for courtesy. No need to get fussy over any kind of matter. Ha ha ha. Are you guys okay? It seems all of you are freaked out by me. I have seen a lot of idiots that tried to boost their power in front of me during a battle. The two of you are the worst. Are you trying to get high by taking in the pill? This is getting interesting, said Tiger Shark mockingly. Upon hearing that, all the pirates around Chen Xiaobei started to laugh at them and looked at them like they were a pair of idiots. Xiaobei. The enemy is getting closer. What are you trying to do? Lin Xiang asked nervously. Divine pill, said Chen Xiaobei casually. It was as if there were no more enemies around them. This is not the time to joke around with me. Lin Xiang paused before she could finish what she wanted to say. Something was happening to Xianjiahu's body. The whole altar shook when he took his first step with his weakened body. At the same time, white smoke started to emanate from his body. It was as if the blood on his skin was boiling. It coagulated, dried up, then fell off. Hundreds of wounds on his body were completely healed. His muscular body with a brand new layer of skin was presented in front of everyone. What the hell is going on? Taken aback, all 3,000 pirates including Lin Xiang yelped at the same time. Especially the 3,000 pirates that were mocking Xianjiahu moments ago. Now, all of them were standing there like fools. Aside from feeling baffled, they could sense that fear had slowly taken over their bodies. Everyone knew that Xianjiahu was a legendary character. When he was about to die, they were bold enough to mock and look down on him. After Chen Xiaobei handed the pill to Xianjiahu, he rose from the ashes like a phoenix. Now, Xianjiahu was at his best. In an instant, all those pirates that laughed at him earlier felt as though an apocalypse was about to destroy them. How did that happen? All the wounds on his body are gone. How am I going to defeat him? Feeling afraid, Tiger Shark began to move back unconsciously. Considering that Xianjiahu just terrified 3,000 people with only his shout, there was no way that Tiger Shark could muster enough courage to challenge Xianjiahu. However, Xianjiahu had no intention to let him live. Swoosh! Xianjiahu disappeared from the altar when he took his second step. Big! Where is Big Brother? Lin Xiang asked in surprise. Close your eyes. The thing that you are about to witness is not meant for kids. Chen Xiaobei stretched his hand and covered Lin Xiang's eyes. Fiage. With only one step, Xian Jiahu had teleported to Tiger Shark. Along with a ripping sound, Tiger Shark's body was torn into half. Casually throwing the bodies on the ground, blood started to fill the air. Again, Xian Jiahu disappeared in front of everyone, leaving the body, internal organs, broken bones, and blood on the ground. Oh my god! This is scary! All 3,000 pirates started to wail hysterically. It was as if they just witnessed a bloodthirsty reaper harvesting Tiger Shark's life. Seemingly, they knew that they were about to be killed by Xian Jiahu soon. Is that the legendary teleporting skill? This is unbelievable. He just disappeared again. Anyone saw him? Teleport. Is he a human or ghost? Suddenly, a trembling voice could be heard. The crowd turned around and saw Xian Jiahu was standing right in front of King Kong that was still restricted by the white jade dragon box. This is the speed of elite with celestial cultivation. King Kong's arrogance was replaced with fear. Celestial cultivation. Now, no elites with true nirvana stage would be able to defeat him anymore. Most of the people in Jianghu knew about true nirvana cultivation. Only a few of them had heard of celestial cultivation because it was extremely rare. Elites with celestial cultivation only existed in ancient factions. Ordinary people would rarely get the chance to see them. To their surprise, King Kong actually knew about celestial cultivation. The speed of an elite with celestial cultivation did look like teleporting. The strength of an elite with celestial cultivation was equivalent to a god's strength. Xiaobei. Let him go. I don't want to kill a person that doesn't have the chance to fight back. Xian Jiahu said disdainfully. Okay. With his sheer will, the white serpents returned to the white jade dragon box. Suddenly, Chen Xiaobei realized that Lin Xiang had already moved away from him and looked at Xian Jiahu determinedly. Though she was afraid, she still wanted to become stronger. When I was still intoxicated, I told you that I will fight you with only one hand and one leg. Looking at King Kong with no emotion, Xian Jiahu wanted to use a unique way to finish the battle. My good brother had given me a divine pill. I'm going to let you use 2 eyes, legs and arms to fight me. Come at me.